Hi, I'm Rick Harsh, quartermaster, warehouse boy, but packing books with John Dixon from the Isle of Man, who's here for the film The Elevator Principle. The director called, interrupted us, and said just a half hour of filming, just some street shots in Isla. We went out. Of course, we're going to do it. And I know the streets, and I know some really good places to get, great shots if that's what you want. And then it sort of changed. It evolved into a, okay, Rick, what I want is your character. He's got a limp. He doesn't like, he doesn't like fascists. And, he just wanted me to walk up this great street and put my face right into the camera like this. And the second take, I really got into it. And my fascist rant was, I have hypochondria, which don't forget, because when you're watching the film, you might think, I'm not sure I get this. Well, it all has to do with hypochondria. Maybe it's more than you think. Especially if you're a hypochondriac. But even if you're not, and you're watching the film, that's a really key notion in the film. So, we're doing this. John just came back with some tinnies, and the dog is barking because John came back. Anyway, what I wanted to say was, what I wanted to say is I'm trying to quit smoking, but not because they put these on there. When I look at this guy, oh wait, you can't see that. Now you can see it. Okay. You see that guy on there? Yeah, that's to keep me from smoking. I'm trying to quit. I'm drinking, I was an alcoholic. I recovered to the point where I can have a beer. I have ice cubes in it, and because it wasn't in the refrigerator very long, and it's good. It's okay. It's a cheap Czech beer called Staropramen. Anyway, I should put a book in the thing. I know I talked about this book before, but I'm doing a bunch of promos. But what I just want to, last night when the director was here, we did a lot of filming, in the last few days, and the director was here last night. He said, I have an epiphany. And then he paused, and I said, well, fucking, yeah, if it's an epiphany, let's hear it now. If you have an epiphany, that's bigger than what the rest of us have. It's like, it's an orgasm of the mind, is it not? Well, I had an epiphany that led to this video in which I'm trying to sell you this book, but more trying to sell you on an idea. Hit that like and subscribe, because everybody says to do that. I'm saying it because I want likes and subscribes, because I think that's what I'm supposed to like. But the epiphany I had just before I started this was, I'm really angry still. I've always been angry at fascists. And the weird thing is, I had this, I got like almost 400 videos up. And in one of them, there's a fascist. I hadn't seen him for about 15 months. And saw him today, first time, and and he looked at me, and the look on his face looked like I hate you, which he does, I'm sure. And if I told you the whole story, you'd say, what the fuck, man, that guy's really fucked. Yeah, he is. But I'm not going to tell you the whole long story. The thing is, before before I collaborated with him, so I'm a collaborator? No, we were collaborating on a book project. We were collaborating on this book. And now, don't cheat. This is A Wandering Stone, The Streets of Old Isla. So speaking of, let's see, maybe I'll find one of the places we shot today. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that got my that kind of stuck with me. We did some filming right after that, shots of both John and me on the street in a really great, architecturally great scene, so that the director has the option of putting that in somewhere and in the film if he can use it, if we can use it. You always want extra footage, and in case you need it. Better than not having enough, especially because the Isle of Man is an air ride away, and so we're not going to get John Dixon here this weekend. He's going to leave on Thursday early. And when he leaves on Thursday early, he's not coming back on the weekend. Oh, shit, John, remember we didn't do that Lou Reed song? Oh, yeah. Well, how are we going to do it? Well, we're going to have to make the movie without that scene, aren't we? Don't want to make that mistake. So anyway, you got extra film. But, seeing that fucking fascist and realizing that he's on one of these, I thought maybe I'll give an award of 500 quid. I got that from John. Quid. Have a slash. Buy some tinnies. It's like, the people who don't read Joyce, they don't understand. A lot of it's really easy and funny, and you get some of the greatest little words, Anglo-Saxon. But fuck those people who say, hey, don't want these big Italianate words. We use them all. Use them all. I mean, the fascism was, I think, basically a coordination of all the people who have what are fascist values, inhumane values, and for moments it becomes an open political movement of the key fascist values: killing, making money, controlling, brutalizing the other, all that kind of shit. And so when I saw this guy, I just said, God, speaking of fascists, because I'd been going on about fascism, which is one of the themes that comes up in the movie, and in a way. And so maybe I should show you a book about fascism. I published this. This is my publication. It's a Corona Samizdat version, but I'll show you the latest, because this is where you buy it now. 0 Gram Press, The Manifold Destiny of Eddie Vegas. It's really well liked. I think Chris Villa is going to do something in mid-October on this. It's the second read. He's going to do something on the joys of rereading, and he chose this book. And so this is available from 0 Gram Press, which is known for Jim Gower's novel Explosives, several novels books about the novel by Stephen Moore, and so on. Now, this is more than the other. This is already longer. And the reason it is because I had this epiphany, which was, Rick, if you're angry, just be angry. Let it out. Not necessarily, be hard on the loved ones. Be loving to the loved ones. There's no epiphany there. That's like, when you haven't been, you know it, and you swallow it up, and you feel like shit. It gives you, this. When you drink too much of this, you get a hangover. When you treat the people you love like shit, you get a hangover that never goes away. You get one you'll never forget the time that you lost it with your 3-year-old's behavior, and you yelled instead of, explaining. Fucking hell, I'll never forget that. I mean, the grass was up to his eyes, and we're hunting grasshoppers and shit. And we were doing things that he loved and I loved. And I don't remember what it was that I lost my patience about, but, I screamed at him or yelled at him or whatever. And, even as I was doing it, I was thinking, who are you, asshole? That was me, Rick Harsh. And, the real anger in me is towards a very ugly, unfair world, empires, Kissinger outliving the Queen, Kissinger being alive, people in the United States thinking that anything but Trump is okay. When Bernie Sanders should be given what the United States has and what the world needs, the most sane political government of a kind and real and honest United States that is really fucking sorry about what they did to their native population, what they did in Vietnam, about bombs, about nuclear weapons, about terror, about the inegalitarianism of the world and how much worse they've made it, what they've done to other countries where they've supported dictators who've made themselves among the richest people in the world and killed 2 million people. Mobutu Sese Seko killed leaders around the world. You see, there's a lot to be angry about, and I am, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna gain strength from this postal shit that I've been dealing with. Where now I'm gonna lose customers around the world who don't want to pay $20 to send for me to send them 2 books, even if it's 2 great books. It's a lot of money to fucking make people pay. It's a 8 to 9 euro raise hike in pay, but they will have enforced tracking. So that's an interesting thing. But the press won't die. I won't let it die. But I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to remain pissed. And I don't know. I don't know if John and I are going to get our job done tonight or not. But I don't really fucking care. I'm going to be I've been a good, quick book dealer. I rarely wait more than 1 full day to fulfill an order. Now I've waited 10 days for some people, and I'll be emailing them. We're going to be packing those up, and the quickest I can mail them is Monday anyway. And we're going to get them out, and then we're going to, at some point, tell you what the real prices are now going to be. They're lower in Europe. Move to Europe. Move into the European Union. And the highest price, if what I see is correct, the highest price, I can send you if I could sell this book, I would, but I can't. But anyway, if I sold 2 books like this, it'd be $7. $7. You know, but if you're in Australia or New Zealand or Colombia, you know what it is? Neither do I, but it's between 20 and 21 with tracking. All right. This will do for now. Hey, there you can see me. Yeah, everybody, you know, around here, every time I wear, this is a hat. This is Nepalese, I believe. I got it in India. Every time I wear it here, Russian hat, Russian hat. Yeah, like Russians are the only fucking people in the world that got fur. Jesus Christ. That's where the word infer comes from. Think about that.